better just to leave.
3, 2, 1. I'm Bradley J, backstage at Woodstock 99 in the Artist Compound with Jay and the boys from Jamiroquai.
Hello, good afternoon.
Smoking set.
Thank
I thought
you.
it was smoking.
Yeah, I loved it. The crowd were top. You know, there was thousands of people there. It's the first big festival gig we've done this year, or on the new album, Synchronized, and we all enjoyed it. We all had a great time.
How do you know when you're having a good gig? What makes a good gig for you?
When my sound is good, when I can hear what I'm singing, when I've got some element of control, you know, over what I'm doing. When I like festivals in a way because the sound is always loud, and there's a bit of space on the stage, and I can always get my monitors in there and get the sound loud. I mean, and generally, if I'm in the mix, all the lads play better because they know I'm on it, and then I can motivate from the front, if you like, which is what you know, when we have had good gigs.
We were talking earlier. You told me you did Glastonbury. You have done it, and I wanted you to tell me how very different Glastonbury is from this festival as you look out over the crowd.
I think it's bigger. It
has 7 stages, right? Something like that.
7 stages, and there's a lot more hills than there are here.
Right.
This is quite a flat, so you really get a sense of seeing the hills, and the stages aren't so far apart. And it's something that goes on every year.
Right, so they really have it organized.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, normally it rains, but when it is sunny, it's like it was this year. It's like a million plus people.
A million
It's
plus,
cheaper as well.
And they don't freak out. It doesn't seem to faze them at all that it's a million plus people.
Well, it takes you hours and hours, you know, to get in and out of Glastonbury.
Right, and they sell Scrumpy.
They sell a lot more than Scrumpy.
Tell the
They
people
sell
what.
a lot more than Scrumpy. there.
Tell the people what Scrumpy is. Do you know?
Scrumpy, is it like Rumpy Pumpy?
It's
Well-
cider.
No,
It's kind
it's
like a West
cider.
Country Rumpy Pumpy, Scrumpy.
Right.
Right, Scrumpy, what that is where we come
People
from.
from Bridport.
People
West,
talk
West
like
Dorset,
that.
innit?
People in
Childhood.
Dorset, and they
West
talk in
Country.
Somerset, and Somerset and Herefordshire, where they have all the apples.
Correct.
And that is how they make Scrumpy. They crush the apples to get fermented apples, isn't it, Nate? What are they?
Fermented.
Fermented.
And you know they leave the
And
bird.
Scrumpy really gets you sloshed.
Right, and
I'll
they
tell
leave
you.
the bird feet and the feathers, and they leave all the stuff that's on the apples right in it, so it looks really dirty and it's good for you.
Yeah, but
As you work with Synchronized and you
Yes.
work with it all the time, to what degree are you really pleased with it and comfortable with doing it every day?
don't lie.
What, performing? Talking about performing?
Yeah, you work with the
'cause
album
it's
every day.
So fresh for
If
us.
you-
Like, we've only just finished it, really. It's at the end of the last album, after 2 years of touring, you begin to, you know, get slightly weary. So you have to spice it up by changing the set, putting new tunes in, do the right tunes on the road, and do stuff. Change the set.
I think it's been more difficult to get together because of the elements that are in the tune.
Mhm.
You know, because Derek's triggering sort of sample claps and things like that, and then suddenly we're back to using a drum sound. So we like to try and get things as the record is sounding. So we've had to work on it, but I've listened back to a lot of the stuff, and I think it's superb. I think the band's really tightened together. We've managed to cover things. There's a second keyboard player now. We've got Nick doing the bass now,
He's the newest member.
who's
Alright.
got his.
It's all very fresh to me.
Is it fun for you?
But I'm having a great time.
How long have you been on the tour?
Well, I joined the band before the tour started, sort of halfway through the album. End of October last year.
He was gonna join the tribute band, right?
But then you had a chance for the real
I
thing.
had a decision to make. I deliberated for a long time.
I'm seriously not kidding. He had an interview with the tribute band,
Really? What was the
The
name of the
Jamaic-
tribute band?
I never found out.
Jamiroquai.
Was it really?
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai.
So as you finish the tour and get really tired of doing the same songs over and over, and you change them around a little, do you ask first, or do you just do it? Do you say, let's do this maybe, or when you're up there, do you just go
No,
for it?
I think we used to do that when you're up there, Ship. And the trouble is that we segue so many different things into each other.
Right.
You can't just go swapping it around like that. And what we all like to do is leave a certain amount of room. You know, when we have a little breakdown or the music comes down, and try and stretch that out and learn how to jam it. properly, you know, and have a sort of semi-structure in it, don't we? Like Soul Education.
But so every
Cosmic
tour,
Girls.
every country we do, we change the songs, we drop tunes, we put new tunes in. So actually, to be honest, we don't really get bored of it at all. It's always
No.
quite fresh.
No,
And
it's
can I
good,
just say-
especially here. Go on,
I was
go
going
on.
to say to everyone and anyone who came to see us in America, the crowds have been the best that we've ever played
They've
to.
absolutely
And
been
thank
super.
you very much.
Yeah, they've been
Really?
We've had a
superb.
great, yeah, it's just unbelievable.
really have.
Superb reception.
You know,
Thank you very much.
Detroit and
And Canada
Detroit
as
and
well.
New York the other day
Yeah,
at
New
the
York.
Roseland was blinding,
Yeah, that-
and also in Canada as well.
Yeah, Canada's
Toronto,
outrageous.
Montreal, every
Montreal.
time, but so amazing, you know. And people came out to me and said they hadn't seen Toronto do that for a while, you know, which is brilliant.
Nick?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I haven't got so much to compare it to. You know, it's because it's all so fresh and new to me. But you know, I've really enjoyed being over here. The crowds have been very good.
Cool.
In my limited lifespan in the band.
Cool.
It's great.
Are you going to take a walk out there and see what it's all about?
We haven't got time, have we?
We're on a jet,
come
mate.
on.
We've got
We're
gig
on a jet to
tomorrow. We've got
Atlanta.
If you
It's
took
a
your
flight
hat
to
off,
Atlanta,
you
man.
could get away with it.
Atlanta. Yeah, we could do. I mean,
You want
yeah,
to
I mean,
helicopter us around to the next stage.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
At Woodstock 99.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
a thing
yeah.
going
So
down
do
where
that again,
people
do that again. What did you do?
at Woodstock
Oh,
99.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, I get it.
And there's one thing that's going on. People are taking off their bathing suit top.
yeah. Well,
And
there,
they're
there
painting
were a
them
lot
on.
of breasts.
Much
I
more
noticed,
than
which
Glastonbury.
obviously, if you see the breasts, it helps the set move along. And you know,
It didn't
I
help
tell
me,
you what,
mate. I
you
was
know,
distracted.
It helped.
I started
It helped me.
fucking-
It helped me stretch a couple of numbers out.
We don't get that at Glastonbury.
If
There's
you-
nothing like as much or many tits or as much.
With a booty.
And
With the
also,
booty.
it's
Balls
amazing
in the
because
booty.
we went up to Canada and we were going to see some beavers, and we never ever got to see any.
Trapping,
But there
you
were
went up
more
trapping.
beavers here
yeah.
than.
There were quite a few canoes and mooses. I clocked a few of those.
One thing that's going on is that they're taking off their tops and painting the top of the bathing suit on. So you get up close and you realize the bathing suit has, nipples.
Do you think that would work for me?
I think you should try.
I'm going to set
Then,
up-
if I had
Absolutely,
wedding
man.
tackle at.
Guys, there was one guy who had
Actually,
just a
wouldn't even
blue
see mine, probably.
racing stripe.
Well, enough of beavers and badgers and small woodland animals. Let's get back to the show.
Jamiroquai, backstage at Woodstock in the Artist Compound. I'm Bradley J. Thanks, dudes.
Thanks,
Thanks a
people.
lot.
Thank you.